Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning for today's coffee chat with the Yavapai College Small Business Development Center. I'm Ruth Ellen Olinsky, Center Director and Certified Business Analyst for the SBDC here. And today I'm joined by Marianne Langridge, the Executive Director of the Verde Valley Regional Economic Organization, or what we call VVREO. And I want to welcome Marianne this morning. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I'm excited about our conversation today because, we've been a partner with VVREO for a really long time. And I know you're newer to your role. You're not necessarily new anymore, but newer. And I really wanted to take this opportunity for our audience to get to know a little bit about you and your role and what initiatives you all are going to be working on in the coming months and years. So let's just kick off here. Could you share a little bit about yourself, your background, and your role with the organization?
Sure. So I've started with VVREO back in August, and I have had a kind of a varied career before that. Most of my career was spent in the environmental infrastructure space as a management consultant with a company called CDM Smith. We did a lot of water, transportation, Superfund site cleanups, that kind of thing. And I did a lot of project management and program management. And one of my favorite things to do is what some people in the business community call managing the white space. So, you've got your org charts, and then there's all the noise that goes on in between. And that's especially true when you've got a whole bunch of different organizations working around similar issues. And so I started my own business back in 2019. And honestly, this work with VVREO, it's exactly the kind of work that I had envisioned doing, where you've got a lot of different whether that's communities, businesses, nonprofits, all wanting ultimately the same thing, right? To improve lives for their communities, to have more prosperity, more vitality. And it's hard for any one organization or even one town or city to do it on their own, especially in a rural area, because everybody's resources are stretched thin. You're often in firefighting mode. And so the big picture things are really messy problems. And it helps to have an organization and a point entity like VVREO to help people kind of work together, right? To help manage that collaboration. And that's really what excited me about this opportunity to work with VVREO and all of the partners like SBDC and Yavapai College and all of the other.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have an organization like VVREO in our area and in our county. And I agree with you. It's such just an incredible resource, and it does bring together different partners in a way that I think is very unique from other organizations. So I know people are very excited to have you in this role. Tell us, what are some current initiatives of the organization? What are you all working on? What are some of the top priorities?
Yeah, well, one of the big things that we did a rebranding. So back in January, we created a new visual brand. We've relaunched our website. And we also had a commitment for this last fiscal year with the Yavapai County to update the regional strategic plan for the Verde Valley. And we just
project.
It's a very big project. And we just, I'm not going to say completed it, because things like this are never done. I mean, that's,
right.
The whole point of a plan isn't to write it down and put it on the shelf. It's to figure out how it's going to drive what you're going to do next. And it's exciting because that's where we are right now. This opportunity to talk to you and your listeners is a great one, because this week we'll be issuing a survey that we really want people to respond to, especially small businesses and anyone who's involved in anything having to do with the economy, including consumers in the Verde Valley, because we're at a point where we know what our big problems are, housing, workforce, that they're the same issues that have been around, honestly, for decades. And they're not unique to our region. They're really national issues. And like I said, we all have few resources and limited time. So it's time for us to kind of prioritize,
Mhm.
not what's, not that all things aren't important, but what can we do next? What's the
Mhm.
most impactful thing we can do right now to set
Mhm.
us up to be successful in the next thing we do? And so we're looking for feedback in terms of what people think the best opportunities are for closing some of the gaps, addressing some of the weaknesses, and taking advantage of some of the amazing opportunities we have in this region. There's just
Mhm.
so much here. And I know you and I had a chance to participate in the Verde Valley Moonshot. And
Mhm.
I mean, that's just another ongoing example of how amazing the small business community is here
Yes. Yep.
and how much we can do to help support them.
Yeah. And, to that point, and I've shared some of our data too, we're just seeing record numbers of new business starts and a lot of new economic activity. And so, we're as a team recognizing that as well, just very strong presence of small business community. And we're trying to really showcase what opportunities and resources we have available, which leads me into my very next question about the VVREO's microloan program, which is a huge asset to local businesses. Could you talk a little bit about that loan program? How does it work? Who's eligible? All of those fun things.
Yeah, the program's been around since I believe 2012, and we've
Mhm.
lent over $1.5 million to 23 businesses. The
Mhm.
sweet spot are those businesses that need somewhere between 25 to $100,000
Mhm.
for, either to start up or to expand.
Mhm.
And it's for businesses who can't get a traditional bank loan.
Mhm.
There are collateral requirements, and if anybody wants more information, they can go onto our website and go to loan program at vvreo.com and ask
Mhm.
for more information about the process. The best part of the loan program, I believe, and the reason that this money is mainly USDA money, although there was some money given to us by the state last year, the
Mhm.
Office of Economic
Mhm.
Opportunity. So we've got a little bit bigger of a pool, and it's really meant to help people in all aspects of their business, which is where the partnership with SBDC comes in. We have had no defaults on our loans, and I absolutely believe, and so does everybody, that it's because of that partnership. Because we're not just writing a check to help them, but we're giving them everything they need to be
Mhm.
successful: the guidance, the QuickBooks lessons,
Mhm. Mhm.
business planning. All of
Mhm.
that is really, the partnership's about making sure the businesses succeed, not just writing them a check.
Yeah, it really is such a valuable partnership. I agree with you, but it's a win-win on both sides, because the SBDC, that's what we're here for, is to provide that kind of support. And it's becoming more and more challenging for businesses that need kind of those smaller amounts of money to access the capital they need to get to that next level. So in my mind, this partnership really is such a wonderful asset to Verde Valley businesses, and really provides a much needed resource. I mean, access to capital is just so critical, especially in those smaller amounts of money, and for people who wouldn't otherwise be able to access it. So for those out there that are watching this, just be sure to reach out if you have questions to Marianne and her team. I know they have a designated person that is focused on the loan program. And then, of course, we have supported businesses through that process multiple times, many, many times, and are happy to answer any questions. So, any other particularly exciting or newsworthy announcements you want to share this morning, Marianne? Anything that you, in your new role, are going to be particularly focused on?
I think the biggest one is, if we want to gather ideas, right? We want to find that, then, like I said, that next thing that we can all do together that's going to start to really create a foundation for more economic vitality in the region. So as I mentioned, the survey is going to be one of the things that we use.
Mhm.
We'll be working closely with the county and the new supervisors in particular that represent the Verde Valley to act. I think everybody's been talking, like I said, about some of the challenges and opportunities for a long time, and I think we're at the perfect time to do something. And we want as many partners and collaborators as are willing to come to the table to make
Mhm.
that happen.
Well, we'll be sure to look out for that survey, and we're happy to share it as well to generate some additional input from our business community network. Um, Anything else you'd like to share this morning?
No, just I feel so grateful and blessed to be part of this
Yeah.
community. It's not just visually beautiful, but everything
Mhm.
I've done with this group is it's heartwarming to see this kind of collaboration.
That's awesome. Well, we're really happy to have you in this role, and I know we're coming up on a year already. Man, it
I
went by
know.
very quickly, didn't
Very
it? It went
quickly.
by quickly. So, well, thank you for your time this morning. I'm going to let you sign off, Marianne. I know we'll be in touch soon. And if there's anything the SBDC team can do to support your efforts or support your board, please reach out anytime.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Ruth Ellen.
You're welcome. Great. Well, I just want to do a quick plug for the Yavapai College SBDC services. We are here and available to each of you as a resource for your business. In addition to educational and networking opportunities, we offer no cost, confidential consulting services to businesses of all sizes. So please reach out to us to schedule a meeting. As mentioned, if you are looking to access capital for your business, we do have access to a network of lenders and microloan programs like that which we just heard about from the Verde Valley Regional Economic Organization. Marianne is leading a great program, and we can assist you with the steps needed to apply for those funds to get you the capital you need to grow your business. So thank you again, everyone. And we'll see you in a couple weeks for another coffee chat. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.